someone talking about heart, it's like 2 3 people's come in your mind like, oh, this person have a good heart, and he is like top 3 in my list.
Download the AllStar app. Make your picks for UFC fights, challenge your friends, level up and win prizes. Link in description. Get it now. Okay, Lucas. Man, it's been a wild couple of weeks, right? Just take us through the start of it. You know what I mean? When you found out that your fight was canceled and your trip to Brazil, you're looking forward to it so much, was over.
Yeah, was for some reason even when David I got a call, I was like, yeah, UFC is gonna get someone. They try, but a couple of those guys wanna same catch weight like 55 160 and stuff like that. I was like, nah, I I can't wait. It's not a big deal, but uh, I think it was like Sunday morning. I was like, okay, that's not gonna happen. I'm not fighting Brazil, and then I got the fight in Apex, so it was kind of good.
Yeah, of course, man. If they book you as soon as possible, it's always great. But I'm pretty sure you had a lot of things planned, right? You were going back to Brazil. You're gonna, people are probably gonna come to watch you fight as well, right? And that just never happened. It's kind of disappointing, right?
It is disappointing. I was more excited to see my family. I'm gonna lie. Um, Spend like 1 week after the fight with my family and have some family time. Especially now it's close to the holidays, So it's one of the most kind of like I miss my family, but God's no man. It's funny. It's funny now, but last week it was. But like my teammate Rodolfo, his opponent literally pulled out like 45 minutes hour before the fight. So my coach who live in America went all the way up to Brazil, expect two fightings, me and Rodolfo, and then we ended
Yeah.
up with our fight. So it's kind of like frustrated, but we got the fight and we're happy with it. So I'm okay.
Yeah, that's
Could be
crazy,
worse.
right?
Could be
That's
worse.
crazy that
Yep.
his like what do you think of that? Like his coach came out and said, Armin's coach came out and said that he was poisoned. Like that's I don't know. That's
Man, that's here's the thing, man. There's a lot of things going on as a fighter, and people don't pay main attention. Everyone focusing many things. Oh, let me train, let me do my conditioning, a lot of stuff like that. But you fight international, you're not used to the Brazilian food, you're not used to the culture and stuff like that. So you're just gonna show up and probably eat something it's not in your routine. I don't know. I can be talking shit too. He probably did nothing wrong. Was just happened. His body just gave up. So I don't know what happened, but I can see he got some Brazilian food, some Brazilian seasonings, the way we cook. Sometimes it's too much oil, too much fat, and after you cut weight, you drop away, your stomach gets so sensitive. There's a lot of things going on, but we don't. I do focus on that. I'm gonna correct myself, but I don't feel like a lot of people's doing. Like Cowboy Cerrone against Joe Lawson, like same thing, food poisoning. Went all the way up and got semi tacos. Like, bro, like what are you doing? You can't do that
yeah, I understand. Like people get food poisoning all the time. Like they don't understand. If you travel, you're gonna get
all the
it.
time. You literally can get food poisoning because someone didn't cook the chicken or the meat all the way through. Oh, you know what I'm saying? Like I got food poisoning from Chipotle the other day. Like the person, not the day, a couple months ago, but the person didn't cook the chicken all the way through. So I was like throwing up. I was feeling very, very sick. And I was like, damn, that's crazy. That sucks. But could happen.
Yeah, definitely, man. Let's move on to, the fight that you have coming up, you know what I mean, at the Apex in Las Vegas. You got the new guy, the newcomer from
Yeah,
Indonesia. I think he's the first Indonesian fighter ever in the UFC. That's
I
kind of
think
wild,
so
right?
too. Yeah, it is though. His whole country, it's like in my social media. That's kind of funny.
What did they say to you, man?
I don't know. They put. I don't even. I barely speak English. Those people speaking me like Indonesian. Like I don't know what they expect me learn the language and what go there, get every comment and go in the Google Translate and translate that. Like come on, dude. You got at least say that in English so I can have some fun with it. So
Yeah. Or like put Google Translate to Portuguese and put it in there
that's
probably, right?
that's it. Yeah, you guys know I'm Brazilian, so why didn't you talk Portuguese? Like doesn't make sense. If some Brazilian guy gonna fight some Indonesian fighter and I wanna talk to the Indonesian, I'm not gonna speak to Portuguese. Like it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, true, true. But it's better that way, right? If it's
It
on there,
is.
it's just better for your account because, comments, all that stuff is so good for your Instagram.
Yeah. No, I like to see that man. Like I don't get too deep in stuff like that. Doesn't hurt. Making me happy actually for him. Very and he should be proud of himself. He have a whole country behind him. First UFC fighter from Indonesia. Like imagine me being the first Brazilian, in the UFC.
Yeah.
That could is a huge thing. Is you got a whole country behind you, So that's cool. Good for him, man. Very good.
Now, when you look at his style though, it's pretty wild, right? Like the man loves to bang, like he just wants to fight.
Yeah, until someone fight him back. So nah, he love to fight, bro. He's a very I don't say explosive, but kind of like brawl guy. He it's funny like feel like I in UFC every fighter it's almost like a little bit like that, right? They don't sit back and think it too much. Like I fought Joan, so it's like that, like 200% everything. And then I fought Steve, like Steve, it's like that too, love to brawl. I was about to fight David, like David loved the fire, Like now I'm a fight Jeka, like they like to see me like break those guys, I guess. So I'm cool with it.
Yeah, you got a brawler versus you, more of a technician. You showed that in the last fight against Steven Peterson. Like you can take the brawler and make him miss and just snipe him from distance, right? Do you kind of see that in this fight as well? It's kind of a similar matchup.
Kinda and not too. Like it's funny. Like me and my coach talking about a lot of things, and we look. You watch UFC, right? And the way I watch UFC, it's more like okay, like he's simple stuff like Israel Adesanya and Sam Strickler fight was amazing, right? Everyone focused and talking shit instead learn a lesson, and lesson is all right, you cannot just be the outside fighter. You have to be an inside fighter. You have to learn how grapple, how wrestling, because if the fight's not going your way, you have to know the weapons you can use. And Adesanya showed he doesn't have it. So I don't see many people's looking the fight that way, actually being critical, but using that to like, hold on, let me look myself in the mirror and see me, what I'm good at, what I'm not good at, and I'm gonna work on that. So a lot of those stuff like things people say, oh, just Lucas just have kicks. Like, okay, believe on that because I train a lot of box, I train a lot of dirty box. And then like people like, oh, he cannot wrestle, he cannot strike. Like I come a grappler gym, so I wrestling every like week, 3 times a week. We wrestle 7 or 60 days a week, Monday to Saturday. We grapple every single day. So like I'm just doing what I see people in the UFC doing wrong, not doing wrong, but just like missing. Like, oh, this guy's so good. Like I design so good from outside, but Sam Strickler just out striking him. Let me see what he did it, and me in person. Let me see if I do what I design does wrong. So if someone have Sun Strickland style or do what Sun Strickland did, they can beat me. That's how I am. That's how I live my kind of like my life as a fighter.
Yeah, like you look at it more of a like a cerebral, like you're looking at it more of like a strategic style
Yeah,
of watching a fight, right?
yeah, because you got two the best team in the world. You got Extreme Couture and City Kickboxing, right? Extreme Couture have many, many champs. City Kickboxing have many, many champs. Those head coaches over there, they're not playing. You know what I'm saying? They don't watch the your opponent for 5 minutes, two fights, and that's it. No, they sit over there. They do the homework. They focus on that, and that's what it is, right? Like at that level over there, that's where I want to be. So I need like where to be prepared and work myself and in things like that. So doesn't happen to me,
Speaking of head coaches, man, your team and your head coach, Julian Williams, right? That's his name.
Yeah.
We've talked about, the relationship that you guys have and how it started, like when you went from Brazil to the States, the whole story. If you want to listen to it, you can watch the last interview. But yeah, man, like the connection there, like what, like he's kind of like a guy in the background a little bit. He doesn't really come out to the front, right? Talk about like the sessions that he puts you through during training camp.
Man, that man is so smart, bro. And one, I I met a lot of people in my life, and like you did it too. But it's specifically you always gonna when someone talking about heart, it's like two, three people's come in your mind, like, oh, this person have a good heart, and he is like top three in my list. Can be number one easy. For everything he did it for me, not just for me, but he did the same thing for like a lot of my friends, like Phil Rowe in UFC today. You know, b- big name in UFC, make his thing happen. But Phil, went through the same thing I went same thing Phil went. So man, Julien, he is one of the best coach, man. Just not because he's my coach, but he's very simple in a sense where okay, we need to do this. All right, it's gonna be like this. That's it, and we done, and boom, and you're like, okay, we got done, and it's really easy to work with him because like I never answer back or ask a question. I always do like, okay, let's do it. Cool. Then this is sucks. I complain. Not get me wrong. I complain. I say, then I should went to school. Like I don't want to do this. Like this is suck. But I finish it right, and I do my best because he always say, damn, in you great shape, bro. You make the time like damn, you look good, bro. Like that's crazy. But from him, right? It's almost like Danji, I don't think this is gonna be good. Can we do a little bit more this? All right, cool, let's do it. So like it's him all the time. Yeah, yeah, yes, but he let me bring my knowledge to the table, and I think that's why we have a great relationship because we outside as a friend too, but when we're talking about fight, it's him and yes, I got you. I understand. All right, I think it's good. What about this? You think it's good too, Jay? Oh yeah. So it's kind of like a friend and coach, but it's more like kind of like brothers type of thing. What I like a lot.
You're preparing to fight on November 4th. Now you're fighting on November 18th. I'm pretty sure you're getting ready to kind of, like people talk about peaking, at the perfect time. And then there's the weight cuts and all that stuff. Like, how did you adjust yourself to fight 2 weeks later?
Here, brother, I think that's all come mental. So I can. Uh, I can say a lot of things you can do and maybe helps. I take 2 days off. I take one day off. I take 3 days off. Oh, I slowed down this week. Yes, but a lot of those things we do, we do for own good. Just sometimes it doesn't help you. Sometimes you don't even need, but you're doing because mental is gonna make you strong and make you believe you did something good, right? So uh, with this, I got the news I was fighting in São Paulo, like I say, back in August. So I've been in camp, not camp, but trying to be healthy, take care of my body, my injuries, trying not get hurt since August. Don't skipping one day of practice every day there. Even if I don't have opponent, at least I was, doing the whole practice and, taking care of my body. And then I got a Nama 7 weeks before the day of the fight. And then we start game planning, we start training for Onama, and then push another 3 weeks. So at this point, like, okay, it's I think I am my peak because I'm on my best shape in my life. I feel good, but I think I'm more mentally prepared for anything that actually, thinking about that situation. Because when you focus in things like that, what can make you don't performance your best, those things start to be too big, start to grow inside of you, and you can do that. So if I start focusing something like that or thinking about something like that too much, it's gonna grow inside of me. And now here I am thinking, oh my gosh, then I've been in camp 10 weeks, my body's so destroyed. Then my opponent has been just 6 to 7 weeks, so he probably feel nah, like I can't do that. That's not how it works. So I just okay, that's Jack. Okay, my coach was in Brazil. I keep my schedule here. I did my training here. I'm in health. I take care of my body well. I do my cold plunge. I do my sauna. I get my massage, my stretch, and everything. So I was like, okay. Then he went back. He got back this Monday. We pushed through this week. Been a hell of a week, and then we ready to go next week. So
Yeah, sounds good, man. What do you expect to do in this fight, man? Last fight you had a masterful performance, man. In this one, what do you think you're gonna do in this one?
I want to finish this guy. I'm trying. I'm trying, training hard to finish this fight. Feel like all respect to Steve, but I don't know. I feel like if I was fighting him today, I probably could finish him. But that fight, I did my best for that fight at that moment where I was. No, no. Now I'm different, Lucas. So I've been trying do what I did it in the last fight. But also, if you all respect, I know Jackett's a tough opponent. Very durable and very strong. But I'm too, so I'm trying. Uh, get a good finish in this fight and see what happens.
Yeah, it's interesting because your last fight, Steven Peterson was gonna retire, I think, no matter what happened in the fight. And this guy is entering the UFC and it's his first fight. So you're kind of like you're in your position, but these guys are in different positions. One was going out, one is coming in.
Facts. That's true, and I think like that. Yeah, I think I don't know. I think if Steve won that fight against me, he don't retire. I don't think so. But with Jeka, I think he. I don't know. I think the last fight at the Apex, like probably making him feel a little like debut in UFC. So I think he's okay with it. Plus, I don't think being a Muay Thai fighter the way he is and fighting a lot, I don't think he have any type of kind of I don't say nerves, but feel different, like about the fight and stuff like that. I don't know.
Well, we're gonna see, man. November 18th in Las Vegas, UFC Fight Night. Lucas, thank you, man, so much for the time and all the best, man. Get the win, get a bonus, go to Brazil,
Yeah.
visit some family for the holidays. Hey, that's the best scenario, right?
Oh yeah, brother. Amen. But thank you, man. I appreciate you
Of
for having
course.
me again. I hope the next interview we do is just talking about how the fight went. No, actually, talking about a new opponent. But
Yeah,
and anything can fucking happen. It's
exactly.
But I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much.